At Ainsley in under eights, I have a twin brother, Tobias. So we started in under eights together. And at that stage, I was the only girl on the team, one of the only girls in the comp, I think. So I only made the season, and then I decided not to play. I then went back and played in under 14s for Ainsley when my dad was coaching. They were down on numbers. So at that stage, again, I was one of the only girls in the competition. There was another girl who actually played for Ainsley as well, Crystal. So she and I played. I think we were the oldest to ever play up to under 14s. That was the cutoff. You weren't allowed to play beyond that point. So I really enjoyed it then, but obviously once that season wrapped up, there was nothing left for me to go to. And then the following year, the women's competition launched in Canberra. I believe that was in 1998. And I joined in 1999, I think it was. So I joined the following year. I didn't join the first year of the competition, women's AFL. I joined the second year, and for Ainsley. So there you go. When we first started playing, we weren't full teams. We played 9-a-side. We played across Ainsley Oval. Ainsley Oval was in existence then. We would play across with like the Auskick goalposts. So obviously it was reduced. We didn't have the numbers. I think within 4 years we were playing full-size fields, and that was amazing. When we got to that point of women, interest just shot up really quickly. And Ainsley started obviously in the very first year, and they also were the only club in Canberra that started the first year in youth girls as well. So Ainsley was really, really instrumental in women's AFL back from getting it started, or women's footy, getting it going. However, when we started, there were just challenges. Mostly, a lot of people didn't think we should be there. There was a lot of belief that women shouldn't play football. There was a lot of jokes about it. We certainly, and I mean, at club level, we were always supported officially. Like, we never didn't have kit. We always had our jumpers. We always had training facilities. We were never not provided anything. But it wasn't just specific to the club. It was out in the wider community. I lost count. I think for the first 10 years I played football, every time I mentioned I played, people would go, "Women play football? What? What? When did you guys start?" It's like, we've been doing it for a long time. And ACT came along later in the piece, but they was definitely playing in Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia. They were all playing for, even Victoria, I think, was like a good 30 years ahead of us. And then from there, once we came into the competition, then Queensland came in, Northern Territory came in, and all the states. So because we're doing representative, obviously, at that stage. So it developed quite quickly once it got going. Steph Hughes was my first coach, actually. He was really good. I was 16 when I started. So he was really supportive, and I really liked Jeff. He was great. I think I only had him for the first maybe 2 years. When we went to full field, that's when Shane Naden came in and took over and started coaching, and he took us to our first premiership in 2001, and I was captaining the team at that stage. I really found like I've made some of my closest friends, Lauren Gallagher, Tracy Baxter. There's still people, Bronnie Griffiths Cook. We are still all really close friends. And, we're all at the reunion a few months ago, and we still talk regularly. So playing with my friends was absolutely a really amazing start. Shane was really good. He believed in women playing sport. He believed in women being there. So that was really, really instrumental, I think, in getting the team going, and his presence in the club. He would go to the meetings at the club. He really committed. He was there every weekend. He never missed a training. So he was really good for us in that regard. But on a personal level, my dad turned up to every one of my games. He was the proudest man in the world that his daughter was playing football. I definitely heard him copying comments from male friends of his in the football arena about allowing me to play and how, I shouldn't be. And he defended me. And he always has. And right up until when I stopped playing, I think I stopped playing when I was 31, where I got pregnant, he was still coming to my games and still watching me and still cheering me on. And yeah, he just loved it. And my little sister ended up picking up football as well from there. So we played together. So that was pretty cool. So personally, Dad, definitely. And then, yeah, my teammates, my coaches, yeah, they were the ones that on game day really kept you going.